All right, well, I just picked up a full short box of comics for $100 off of Facebook Marketplace, and it looks like it's got a lot of the stuff that I really enjoy collecting. So let's go ahead and dig through this box and see what we got. All right, let's get it started. Yeah, full short box of comics, probably about 170 comics or so in this box. What do we got here? Ghost Manor issue number 74. But yeah, definitely got some stuff in here that I really like collecting. So it was one of those purchases I was really happy with, kind of regardless of price, because I enjoy reading this stuff and I enjoy collecting this stuff. So whenever I can find it outside of like eBay and having to pay for shipping and tax and all that stuff, I'm gonna jump all over it. But yeah, we also have a giveaway announcements. I obviously picked a winner, so we'll have to disclose who won that giveaway. I'll do that here, and I guess in a few minutes in this video. Doctor Strange issue number 38. I think I probably should check these to make sure they don't have, or hope that they do have Mark Jewelers, because I know we're kind of in that range here. The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, issue number 71. I have one of these, not this one, and I did read that one, and I remember that. I think it was a man who does, like, yeah, he does like paranormal investigations and all that stuff. He goes to like haunted mansions and talks to people and figures out, you know, who's doing the haunting and how to fix it and all that stuff. I remember reading that issue and liking it a lot. So I noticed that there's a few of these in here. The newsstand? Yeah, it's probably not Mark Jewelers, but I think Mark Jewelers went up to what, mid-80s or something? Like 1972 to 85 or something. Doctor Strange, issue number 52, newsstand. Yeah, all these are completely bare, not even in bags. And The Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves, issue number 69. This one's about in a 3.0 range. Looks like we're detached here at the bottom here. Definitely a little read lots. Issue number 69, 1981. Nice, it's cool artwork style. Yeah, pretty similar to the other one. I think pretty similar stories throughout this entire run, to be exact, but I don't know, I've only read one, so I'm not going to pretend like I know. But all right, moving on. Scary Tales, Charlatan Comics, issue number 30. That's a cool little cover. Newsstand, 60 center, 1982. But yeah, whoever wins the, well, I know who won, but who did win the comic books I'm giving away, I will be leaving a throwaway email address in the description. So if it's you, go ahead and message me if you can. If it helps, try to send something kind of proving that it's you. Obviously, I'm only going to have an issue of a bunch of people send me a bunch of crap, but I don't expect that to happen, obviously. I hope it doesn't happen. And then we'll get in touch and I'll send them out to you. Walt Disney Comics, 526, Gladstone. Yeah, I thought these were cool. There's a few of these in here, and I don't have any of these Gladstone comics, or at least if I do, I got very few. I obviously collect like the 10 center ones, obviously, but I haven't had a chance to read some of these newer ones, and I know that they are fairly popular too. So I'll have to give them a read here and kind of give them a comparison test. Walt Disney Comics, 525. And we're going right into a Haunted Library issue number 74. This one looks fairly clean. Newsstand, little almost like a Mark Jewelers back, military diamond sales in the back. No Mark Jewelers inserts. 1984. That's pretty cool artwork. I have a couple of these. I don't have this issue here. I don't know how many haunted libraries are either, but I think there's only about 70 or so. This might be one of the last ones. But sweet, yeah, I'm the type of person who's probably going to read almost all these that I collect, just because I can never get tired of reading 70s and 80s horror. It's a lot of good stuff, but I mean, that's just me. Swamp Thing, April 1986, number 47. Ooh, nice little Swamp Thing. Nice, that's value to it. Yeah, nice. Alan Moore, Stan Walk, Ron Randall, and John Costanza. And right into a Swamp Thing issue 49, 75 center. This was kind of like a little iconic cover, I believe. Newsstand, Alan Moore. Nice. That's a fairly clean book, relatively speaking, for just being thrown in here. Donald Duck, issue 260. Yeah, it was one of those purchases where I really didn't care about too much of, you know, how much I'm paying per book and all that stuff, and if it's a good deal or not, because a lot of the stuff, like I said, is just stuff that I really wanted to get, and obviously that's, you know, the most important part of it. Walt Disney's Donald Duck, issue 251. And Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing confronts the power of Sasquatch, 60 center newsstand. Make sure it's not a Mart Jewelers. It is not. 1982. Pretty certain they still did it in 82. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am on that one. The Thing, issue number 11. That's cool. Newsstand. Yeah, I've been reading The Thing like I've been saying in my last videos, and I've been enjoying it. And I did read 11. I think I'm up to like 15 or 16. I remember this one. Yeah, that is a good little run if you guys are looking for one. It's one of those series that's like super cheap, and you can find them everywhere, but it's kind of worth the read. Adventure Comics issue 476, 50 center newsstand. Baron Werewolf's Haunted Library issue number 63, newsstand. Nice. Yeah, definitely I got some reading material coming up. The ones who wish that I go through books faster and not flip them, you guys are going to hate me for this video, but sorry, I can't pass up good old 70s and 80s horror. Ghosts, issue 112. I think this is the final issue of Ghosts. I'm about 98% certain that it is. Maybe 95% certain. I think it is, though. I remember this cover. Newsstand. If it is the last one, I think that's pretty cool. I don't have this one, but I remember looking through this entire run and seeing the last one, and remembering I could not buy it. If I recall correctly, that's pretty cool if this was the last issue. Is that writing? No, can't tell. But yeah, cool. That's pretty cool. Either or not, I'm pretty sure that is the last issue, but I'm going to stop rambling on that, but Mighty Mouse issue number 1. I did read Ghosts, and I will say honestly, out of all the horror comic, I guess, runs that I've read, I probably disliked Ghosts the most. I guess I can get in that later. Elvira's House of Mystery number 1. Jesus, I didn't see this. Oh my god. What is with math? People doing math homework on comic books. I mean, this is like 80s. Yeah, obviously. 1986 newsstand. This is not a cheap book. This is not a cheap book at all. And I didn't see that. This is really awesome. This looks pretty clean, actually. Yeah, this is going to get bagged and board immediately. Sorry, guys. I just haven't seen the condition of this at all. That's awesome. And someone just decided to do some arithmetic on the back. That's crazy. Like, you just didn't have paper back then. You just had to well, here's a comic book. I'll write it on the back of Elvira here, and we're good to go. I mean, I get it if it's like the 50s, but this is 1986. I don't know. I mean, whatever. That's a cool book, though. That's actually a really cool find. I did not know that was in there, and that actually really, really, yeah, makes me happy. Mickey Mouse issue 233. 1987. Yeah, these Gladstones, I have not read a single one, but I do enjoy a lot of these, the Looney Tunes and all that stuff, Walt Disney stuff. I like reading that stuff. And yeah, I'm going to have to give one of these a try and just kind of see how they are. Because I know these aren't actually super cheap either. I mean, if you want to buy them on eBay or whatever, you're going to pay a couple bucks a book, even if you get a lot on like an auction. You're still going to pay a few bucks for them. Amethyst issue number 14, 1986 newsstand. That might have been the last year that they did, whatchamacallits. Could be off on that by a few years. Can't even think of what else it's called. Atlas, introducing Atlas issue number 1. Nice, that's pretty cool. DC, Jack Kirby, Bruce Berry, 1975. It looks pretty clean too. Yeah, I'm probably gonna bag and board almost all this stuff. I mean, especially all the horrors and all that stuff. Just because, one, I like taking care of my books, but two, it's a lot obviously easier to protect the books. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought some of this stuff should have deserved bags and boards, anyways. But Walt Disney Donald Duck issue number 260. Moving on. But it's crazy just how many people did their math homework on comic books. Solomon Kane, 65 center Newsy, number 3. Nice. 1986. Cool little artwork style. But yeah, just like a lot of the adventure comics, and I've noticed a lot of like 10-cent Superman comics from like the 50s just have the division just written on the cover of them. And it's just like a lot of them just have math homework written on them. Walt Disney's Uncle Scrooge, 224, 95 center. And you got phone numbers and people drawing in teeth. And I mean, I get all that stuff to a degree. But Walt Disney Donald Duck. I don't know if you have to write phone numbers on a comic book, but it just shows you just how different times have changed since then. But yeah, Donald Duck, issue 262. I can't talk today. Moving on. Superman 2001, issue 300. That's cool. I don't think I have issue 300. 1976. I didn't see that one in there either. I mean, I saw about half of them, but I knew as soon as when I went over there and I saw them in the box, I was picking it up. Once I saw, oh, what the heck is this? Jesus. Defenders number 101. A big bite taken out of it. Oh, that happened. It's a big rat, that's for sure. 1981. Defenders 101. All right, moving on. And another Defenders 101 with a giant bite mark taken out. That's what happens when you don't put your books in bags and boards. Jesus, it is what it is. But yeah, I think I'm going to, here after a couple books, announce the winner. And yeah, what do we got? Baron Werewolf's Haunted Library. That's cool. More of these. Issue number 73, newsstand. This one looks fairly clean. May 1984. Yeah, I can't get enough of this type of 70s, 80s horror, which is actually really cool. But yeah, if you guys are just tuning in for the first time, obviously welcome, and like or subscribe if you want. If not, no big deal. It helps out the channel. But obviously, thanks for watching. And I think after this book, I will announce the winner. All-Star Comics Super Squad, issue number 64, Newsy, 1977, No Mart Jewelers. But yeah, so at 11:59 p.m. on Monday, I went to Comic Picker and I picked a winner, and this is what happens. All right, it's 11:59, I believe. Yes, let's pick a winner. Here we go. There it is. All right, so yeah, congratulations, and go ahead and reach out to me if you can. Like I said, I'm going to put in a throwaway email address in my description, so if you are the winner, and obviously just go ahead and email me, maybe something showing me that it is you. Obviously, if I don't get anyone else emailing, then I know that it will be you, and yeah, we'll go from there. Scary Tales, issue number 34, 60 center, 1982. Do I have this one? I do not have this one. That's cool. I don't recall reading a Scary Tales, because I like every little horror series kind of has a different type of flavor to their stories, whether it's Ghosts or Secrets of Haunted House or Dark Mansion and all that stuff. They kind of have a different little flavor to it, but I can't, nothing's popping in my head when I see this, so I may not have read it, which is cool, because I am eventually going to read that. But yeah, I think I read a lot of the comments that you guys left, and they were really awesome comments. And when I picked the winner, I think I saw something about, what do we got here? Marvel Tales Spider-Man number 109, low grade. Got some damage. I think you said something about Slapstick or something, not buying it or something, so I thought that was pretty cool. I know a lot of people are saying that they wanted the Jonah Hex and all that stuff, and obviously whoever wins gets it, and that's the way it is. And I will do more giveaways in the future, but just I want to do it for one person, just kind of see how it works here, obviously, and then we go from there. But Ghost Rider issue number 67, newsstand, 1982, first series that I'm a little bit more familiar with. Yes, nice. Johnny Blaze, nice. All right, that one's a low grade. This is a reader lot. And the New Mutants issue number 7, 60 center. Ghostly Tales issue 164. That's a later one. Yeah, this is definitely a series that I have read. I've read several of these. These were good old-fashioned campfire type ghost stories. And yeah, I don't know the difference between scary tales and ghostly tales. I'm sure they're probably pretty similar, but I think Scary Tales was narrated by someone different, or I could be wrong. I'm not gonna pretend to know. Here is a Scary Tales. Anyways, Scary Tales issue number 29. This one looks like it's got some wire. It might be detached here. Maybe not. 1981 Newsy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this book to the side, and actually this is going to be the first one that I'm going to read, just because, yeah, it's one I want to read, and I don't think I've read a Scary Tales, and yeah, I'm going to put that little beside up there. And right into another Baron Werewolf's Haunted Library, issue number 59, Newsy. This one looks pretty clean, actually. Nice. Yeah, all these are going to get bad and boarded. I mean, I get it. I mean, they're not expensive books, but I enjoy taking care of my 70s and 80s horror. Even if it's reader copies, I still want them all in bags and boards, just because it's, I mean, yeah, that's how you treat them anyways. Right into a Fighting Army, issue 151, 60 Center, April 1982. Yeah, I'm trying to think of that particular run that I enjoy. Half Army, half mystery. What the hell was it called? Weird War Tales. Yeah, it's got the war theme, but it's kind of got a supernatural horror hauntedness to it, kind of blended two together, and I kind of enjoy that run. What do we got here? Oh, Jonah Hex. It's funny, I can't even think and look at the same time. Jonah Hex, issue number 62, newsstand. Yes, I have this one. I have read this one. I've read them all. Dick Ayers. Tony DeZuniga. Good stuff. I don't need to go any on about Jonah Hex. I remember this issue. That's funny. See if there's more in there. Might have been. I don't think I saw any Jonah Hexes when I flipped through them, so that means that I don't know what's in here. Cool. Number 3, $1, 1983 newsstand. And right into another Ghostly Tales, issue 167. How many issues were there? Were there that many issues of Ghostly Tales? I mean, there's so many 70s and 80s horror. June 1984. This one does not look familiar. I definitely do not have this one. Nice low grade military diamond sails. Surprised they didn't write on the back of it. Fill it out and mail it in. I mean, that's what people did back then. It makes sense. Hex, number 9, 75 Center. I remember this one. This was 80s Hex. Right after the Western, right when they got into the 80s type futuristic style, they had to bring Jonah Hex into the mix. They did that with movies at the time. Everyone had hairstyles like that. It's funny kind of going through comic books through the decades and the years and seeing it evolve and genres change. And I don't know, I just enjoy looking through a lot of the little ads and all that stuff, and kind of brings it back to that part in time. Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Thor, 60 Center, number 115. And right into a Smallville issue number 1. All right, moving on. Secrets of Haunted House. Well, that's cool. Issue number 43. This definitely is probably maybe up there, close to maybe top 5 as far as horror titles that I enjoy reading. House of Secrets is really good. Issue number 43, 1981. We got a newsstand here. Yeah, a lot of cool artwork in this stuff. Good old-fashioned horror, pianos playing on their own, and houses coming to life, and the kid down the street actually being a vampire and all that crazy stuff. Yeah, good stuff. And you had a lot of different type stories, which, you know, it really depends on what you really want to read. Obviously, I've read so much stuff, but, you know, comic books is like eating different types of food. Sometimes you just kind of crave a different style, and yeah, there's always a comic book for it. ROM issue number 30, 60 Center. Don't need to open that one up. And a beaten up ROM issue number 32, newsstand. Could it be? It is not. Just want to check though. Probably not getting back and board that one. Wonder Woman, book 1, 60 Center, issue 291. 1982, newsstand. What are the odds that we do find a Mark Jewelers in here? Maybe 20% chance. Probably not even that. I have no idea. And right into another Ghost of Dr. Graves. Yeah, I think I'm going to do half this box here, and then we'll do, I guess, a two-part video, because, well, I mean, yeah, we got about 170 books in here. We're not going to go through all 170. It's too long a video. We're probably already over 20 minutes. I'm not even sure. I'm going too slow, I know. Sorry, guys. Ghost of Dr. Graves, issue number 72. Mainly because I haven't looked at any of this stuff, so I kind of want to see it on my own. May 1982, I think I just said that. Nice. I only have one of these, like I said, but yeah, I really would like to collect a lot of these, because these aren't super high demand, or not high demand, but high print runs. I mean, they could be, but they just, they don't seem to pop up, relatively speaking, to a lot of other horror comics, which that's obviously like the stuff I like to collect too. Hex issue number 18. Yeah, 80s Hex, not so much. 70s Hex, a little better. 2006 Hex, I'm warming up to it. Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Quasar, 60 center newsstand. Gotta check. 18, yeah, Herb Trimp. Alright, moving on. Attack, 60 center, issue number 35. That's cool. This one looks pretty clean too. Actually, this looks really clean. Nice. I mean, not really clean, but I gotta find out who that is. Probably says, and I can't even see it or passing it up. I don't know, 70s and 80s bodybuilding was always a really cool thing that I always paid attention to. I don't know if you guys obviously pay attention to that stuff, but if you guys ever watched Pumping Iron in 1975 with Arnold and Lou Ferrigno and Mike Mentzer and Boyer Coe is a guy that I thought that it might have been. It's probably the coolest time to be a professional bodybuilder. And then after that, it kind of got filled with a lot of chaos and shenanigans that I don't want to get into, but yeah, I think that was kind of a cool time to be a bodybuilder. I have no idea what I'm talking about that right now, but yeah, Attack, issue number 35, Charlton Newsstand. I will be bagging and boarding that. And right into another Hex, issue number 8 that I have, and a Captain America, issue 268 Newsy. And it is not a Mart Jewelers. Unexpected. Well, this is definitely top 5, or maybe top 3. Issue number 222, Newsy. Yeah, I remember, I mean, because obviously this was Tales of Unexpected in the 50s up into about 60 something. But, and then it just became Unexpected. And, yeah, this was like, what would you say, like, Twilight Zone style, narrated by Abel and all that stuff. These were good stories. This was actually good stuff. All right, I'll shut up. But Unexpected, I really like. That's cool. Hopefully we see some more in there. I didn't know there was an Unexpected in there either. It's funny, but... Daredevil issue number 182, Newsy. Let's check. It is not. But, yeah, I guess probably should pick up the speed here if I even want to go through half this box in under 30 minutes. Captain America issue 327, Newsy. Perfect opportunity. Move on quick. Superman versus Hawkman, 1986, issue 95. Yeah, I should check. I don't even know if they did Mart Jewelers in 86. I know, I don't even know what, if the percentage changed, like if it ended in 85, like what percentage they had in 85 compared to like 1974. I don't even know if it's different. I honestly don't know, so I'm not going to make it up or pretend to know. Superman, number 3. And right into Ghostly Tales, issue number 163. That is a weird looking cover. Nice. From Out of the Depths, 60 center. It's got some staining, but it looks pretty clean here. 1983. Nice. Yeah, I will be buying some bags and boards. It's a nice little supple book. I'm going to put that up there. I think I might read that after my... what is it? It's the Scary Tales, do Ghostly Tales. Kind of get familiar with that. Another Ghostly Tales, issue 154. Nice. Keep it going. Newsstand. I do not have this one. I probably have maybe 5 of them, to be honest. And I pretty much have all the covers that I do have memorized. Can't remember where I park when I go to the store, but I remember covers that I've read from 30 years ago. Superman issue 367. And an Action Comics issue 448 and Action Comics 585. Moving on. Beyond the Grave, issue number 16. 60 center. That's cool. I have a couple of these, and I don't think they made a lot of them. August 1984. God, I don't plan for this. The same bodybuilder again. Who is that? Looks like Boyer Co. Ugh, it probably says in my face. I'm not even looking at it. Who cares? I get it. This is a comic book channel. What was I talking about? Yeah, they didn't do a lot of issues on this run. That I know of. And I don't have this one. They might have done like 20, 30. Maybe they did 60. Maybe they did 18. Newsstand. I can't recall, but I know that I don't think they did that much. Beyond the Grave, issue number 12. That's cool. Nice. Pretty supple, not that low grade. But yeah, it's just funny how I can remember a story from a comic book that I read 30 years ago, like pretty well, but then if I go to the grocery store and come out of the grocery store, I don't even remember where I parked. Like, how does that work? House of Mystery, number 306, 60 center. Yeah, this is another very good run. A very long, popular run. Issue 1982. Yeah, a lot of good artwork, a lot of good artists in this one. A lot of different types of stories, which is obviously really cool. A lot of different types of stories, to be honest. They went all over the place. But, yeah, I don't know why I forget certain things easier and remember certain things, but... Legion of Superheroes, issue 209, and Legion of Superheroes, issue 207. I think it has to do with when you're interested in something, your brain retains it, and when you're not interested in something, it just kind of kicks it out. I think that's how it is with me. And Justice League 201, and Justice League 123, and back into another Haunted Library, number 71. Did we have 71? This one looks familiar. I think I already saw 71, but another one. January 1984. Word of His Own. Same bodybuilder. He definitely... the advertisement, a lot of this stuff is... I think I might have read this one. I think that's why it looks familiar. This might have been the one that I read. Nice. I can't remember. I've read so much stuff, but... I'm going to put that one down later. Sorry, this is a reader's lot, so I'm going to be reading it. Justice League of America 118, moving on. And Walt Disney Comics, issue 528. But yeah, I think I'm going to do a couple more comics, and then we'll call it quits there, because it's about half the box. But yeah, congratulations to Frankie. Frankie, if you are watching this video, go ahead and message me. Like I said, in the description, I'll send a link. And yeah, I want to get the books out to you. Weird War Tales, issue 106. Yeah, that's what I was talking about that I liked. Yeah, I enjoyed this little run. I haven't read all of them, obviously. There's so much to read. 1981, but I did enjoy the kind of mixture between, you know, having haunted generals and evil tanks and all that stuff. And kind of, it blends with the war and the horror was like peanut butter and jelly. It kind of mixed together really well for a comic book. And I thought that was cool. So it was cool to see these. So... yeah, Weird War Tales, issue 106. Let's go through two more of these and we'll call it quits. House of Mystery, issue 300. Nice. I don't know how many issues there are of House of Mystery. I know there are lots, obviously, because it went for a very, very long time. 1982. I'm going to have to check right when I get done with this video, because I should know this, considering how many of these I've read. Issue 300. Could be the last one, but I don't think so. And we'll finish off with this one, so I don't have any more books. Superman, issue 288. But yeah, next video we'll go through the second half of this box. It's pretty much exactly half. And I got to finish, I guess, part 8 or part 9 of that other lot, and then go through the Golden Age, Silver Age pickup that I did in my LCS. So we got a lot of crap to go over. But yeah, Frankie, message me, congratulations. And to everyone else, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you later.